getting ready to begin another round of the AMA Chevy Trucks National, and here they come right up the middle once again. John Dowd on the big Cernix Racing KTM out front, but here comes Ricky Carmichael.
Amazing to me that Carmichael is one of the only guys able to get up in there and race with these roughly 45 feet. These guys are at the peak of the flight. And there comes Ricky over it, clears it perfect. And look at the guy in control through that little slicker section there with some rocks. He should be able to make that pass stick.
So Ferry moves up to second. Now down in the pits, Cameron Steele's with Ricky Carmichael's temporary mechanic, Mike Gosler.
Mike Gosler filling in for Chad Watts, who's injured, not able to be here for Ricky Carmichael. Any added pressure working for Ricky Carmichael? I mean, you must feel good right now. He's out to about 11, 12-second lead.
Yeah, right now it feels good, but there is a lot of pressure. I mean, the guy's just phenomenal. The way his series has been going, and to step in at this point, it's some pressure.
How is he to work for? Is it difficult to get his bike set up, or does he just know what he wants and you send him out there and he goes?
Yeah, he's pretty far along with his setup. He knows what he wants. It's real fine-tuned. That's it.
Looking like a moto win possibly for you. I know it's early, but it would be fun, wouldn't it?
That'd be great. Terrific.
Good luck.
Thanks.
Only to run out of gas at the end of the moto.
It was beautiful, too, the way he went around that corner. Maybe the only way he could lay it over that far was to keep his foot clear up out of the way off the ground. And it takes strength and technique to make a pass like that.
And the only way he's going to make a repeat pass like that on Ricky Carmichael on his first moto is if he cuts half the track. Carmichael is so far out in front right now.
And you know what I've noticed about his style? Besides the fact that he's going so fast, he has actually gotten to look a little bit smoother, a little bit cooler out there than he used to. It used to just be speed, and it wasn't necessarily pretty. But now, the way he goes around the track as fast as he does, it's starting to look a little bit better all the time. He's got so much strength and confidence. He just throws that bike into whatever position he wants, angles the back end out. Over this thing, he's been upside down a couple of times, and it's starting to look fun to watch him ride. I used to say the opposite. Ricky has really improved this season.
Over it, he's able to pass Robbie Raynard as he climbs up through the pack.
Easy pass on Raynard as well. So Morocco not really having to work too tough to get around all the riders in the back, but I'll tell you what, getting around this guy would be a whole different story. But first, you got to get close.
Carmichael about a half a lap away from history. He is about to break Bob Hanna's all-time record for most 250 moto wins to start a series.
Take a look at Tortelli working on John Dowd right here. Putting the pressure on, trying to let Dowd know he's there. Tucks it into the inside, and just like Bud's Creek, more mistakes. There goes Ramsey around him. And that shot where you had a moment ago, Ricky coming up into the new section, the big sweeper in the back, just laying the bike over, riding a wheelie all the way up the hill, finding the edge of the racetrack right there. Ben putting on a good show over that jump for the fans. Just, I saw the same thing from Michigan's Jeff Stanton. Early in his career, he was fast, but, it wasn't really that fun to watch. But as he kept winning races and championships, he got a lot more style in his riding. And Ricky is doing the same thing right now, and he's still going.
Just 2 turns away from another mark in the history book. Ricky Carmichael around the corner acknowledges the fans, and there it is, the checkered flag, 11 moto wins in a row. Carmichael, the new all-time winningest rider to start a 250 National Series. A little ways back, this is Tim Ferry. He will cruise home in second on the YZ426 Yamaha, and finishing a distant third at this point. That is going to be as moto is getting ready to go off here at Red Bud Track and Trail. The bikes are revving up. We will see if John Dowd can repeat as our whole shot winner. And here they come, Carmichael and Tortelli straight at the camera. And it's going to be Dowd once again. John Dowd and Carmichael almost pushing on the hay bales. And Ricky Carmichael right back out front, right where he ended the first moto.
Look at that, 4-stroke, 4-stroke, 4. He's surrounded by 4 strokes. Hamlin a good start right there in 4th or 5th. But Ricky, just unbelievable off the gate. And I talked about it in the first motor. He doesn't weigh very much. If you got 20 less pounds to carry around out there, you can get that thing to hook up.
John Dowd in second. Nathan Ramsey is third. Sean Hamlin is up to 4th. And that looks like Guy Cooper, who is in 5th.
Let me rephrase it. I talk about hooked up. Well, of course, if you're lighter, you're going to spin a little bit more on the cement. I'm talking about he's got the explosion. When he comes out of a corner with 20 less pounds, or maybe 30 compared to a guy like Morocco, he just blasts out of there. You can see Ricky on the right, kind of leaning into Dowd, letting him know, hey, I'm going to race you for it. He stays on the inside. Dowd has nowhere to go, and he takes over the lead.
Feet on the pegs, wide open, classic Ricky Carmichael. Now, this is the battle for second. That's Dowd, and here comes Team Honda's Nathan Ramsey behind him, trying an outside line up on top of the hill. Got a little too far outside that time.
Yeah, Dowd pushed him out there, and he thought, well, I'll run with it, see what happens, and it didn't turn out any good, but he's still right back in there. He's still in striking distance, but they're losing time to Ricky. That's one of the few mistakes, but he corrects very quickly, gets right back to the line, and somewhere during this lap, mark my words, he will make up for that mistake in time, and his lap time will not reflect it.
Look at that. He's halfway through the first lap, and he has already got a football field-sized lead on these guys.
To dominate the race.
Now we're back up to the front of the pack, Carmichael. The guy makes Kona Terrell look cool.
Yeah, he's making everything look cool. And I encourage everyone, when you watch him now, look at the difference of Ricky, say at the end of last year, during last year's Nationals, and even early this year in Supercross, when he was just all over the place and swirly, and the only thing that was really impressive about what he was doing was the fact that he was doing it fast. Now it's starting to look cool, a lot like Stewart makes it look in the 125.
We mentioned Jeff Stanton joined the Red Bud Hall of Fame earlier. Cameron Steele caught up with him about his new arm.
Well, I'm down here in the pits with six-time champion Jeff Stanton. Jeff, inducted into the Red Bud Hall of Fame today. Pretty cool thing. Yeah, it is. You know, I got great history here. I started racing here when I was 4 or 5 years old, so to be inducted some 30 years later now. I just turned 34, so yeah, Red Bud's been great to me. The people have been great here, and the Richies have done an outstanding job, so it's a neat deal they've put together. Right on. Well, you're a dominant rider of your time. You're watching Ricky Carmichael now. Do you find any comparisons between the two of you? I always hear that. You know, you like to put the best of each year. You know, I had my time. It's time to move it on out. Ricky's in his prime. You know, there's always somebody new coming up. Right on. Well, I can only imagine what would happen if you came out here. Guy Cooper's back out, some other guys back out. How do you think you'd fare in the 250s? I see the field today, and I sometimes wonder that. It's hard to say. You know, I still ride a lot. I train every day. I ride 2 or 3 days a week, so I can do all right, but I'm smart enough to know to stay away. You know, I had my day. I got nothing to come back here and prove to anybody.
Well, David, I think he was being modest. I could see Jeff Stanton the way some of these guys are riding right now. Single digits easily.
Yeah, probably. But, you know, I mean, I like what Jeff is saying. I mean, it's realistic. He's going, he had his moments, and man, did he. He had some great battles with Jeff Ward and even with Johnson. I wish I would have got to battle with him. He was just coming on when I was wrapped up my 500 title in '86. That was his first national. And I get to say I beat him, but it doesn't really amount to much. It's all relative. I talked to him once about it. I said, you know, what about the way these guys go to the routes now? And you know, a few different things. And he goes, David, man, if you were riding these bikes the way they are now and the way you rode, it's all relative. You'd be up there if you wanted it.
Ricky Carmichael going over Loaco's leap. He only doubled is the second 250 moto here at Red Bud Track and Trail. Ricky Carmichael getting ready to lap. That's Jason Thomas, a privateer. Carmichael in complete control all afternoon long. David Bailey, you have to go back to Southwick to have a guy lead him across the scores. And that was Doug Henry.
Pretty impressive for Doug Henry, but it didn't last long. And before that, was maybe Hangtown. But he still won in the mud. I mean, he's proven himself everywhere. He's going to be a great leader for this year's Motocross Nations team. He'll probably stay on the 250, I would imagine, and that's going to be good enough. I don't care what the Europeans bring and how sandy it is, Carmichael will be amazing there. He's proven that he can get great starts against the 4-strokes here. And, you know, with the rules changing this year where you can ride whatever you bring, you know, it doesn't make sense to have James Stewart on the team on the 125. And even if there's some people going, yeah, but he should be on the team, well, he's 16. He's going to get plenty of chance to be on that team.
Well, speaking of James Stewart on the 125, let's do a little bench racing. Remember last year, Ricky dropped down to the last 125 National. A lot of people said to help out Mike Brown, but Ricky said he wanted to get Mark Barnett's record. What if he does it this year? What if Ricky drops down and rides it still sitting in the 125 class? Does Stewart have a chance? Does Chad Reed have a chance?
I I think Stewart's the only guy that has a chance. Look at Carmichael. He went by just a moment ago and roosted Jeff Stanton. Looked down. He's having fun right here. He's killing everybody. Can you imagine what he's going to look like on a 125? I think he's going to be ridiculous. But here's the thing. Yeah, that would be great to see. He can whip a 125 even farther than that. But Stewart will be better by Delmont. But
Carmichael's not going to be slower.
Does it make sense for him to switch and wreck a perfect season?
And he might have it going at that point, because right now it's 12 in a row. Ricky Carmichael takes the checkered flag. He's got the 250 record, and now he is within 2 motos of the all-time record. You have to go all the way back to 1982 in Mark Barrington Tortelli, the guy a lot of people thought would challenge for the title. He is 102 points behind Carmichael. Well, for David Bailey and Cameron Steele, I'm Davey Coombs saying so long, everyone, from Red Bud Track and Trail. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For more information, log on to ESPN.com.